MLU4 and welcome to Reactivated, the 15-minute webisode where we delve into the depths of the Robot Wars archive. We start with Bot Bit. In front of you is another close-up shot of the particular robot, and again it is a house robot. That is your only clue though for this time. Can you identify which house robot is on your screen right now? The answer will be revealed very soon. And it wouldn't be the same, would we? We are going over to our fantasy fight, but there is a slight difference. We are doing a full heat across the next few episodes. We'll be, like I just said, doing a full heat of chaos and carnage. It's going to be set up like the 3rd and 5th wars, so we'll have 8 robots, 1 against 1, then a heat semi-final, then a final to see who will come out on top. So our first 2 robots in the virtual lineup in our fantasy fight. Again, from series 1 through to 10, our first robot is Apollo. Hey, that's a good start. Apollo is in, and Apollo will be up against Razer. Goodness me, Razer. Now Razer from series 5. Okay, the 5th version of Razer there. You can see the series 5 version of Razer. Where, what a fight that will be. Right. So Apollo versus Razer for the first winner of the knockout stage of the heat. Well, this might be controversial, but I think I'm going to have to go for Razer here, and I'll tell you why. Apollo, even though if they do get underneath Razer and flip, would easily win. They just need to get close to an arena fence. But because Razer is so manoeuvrable and nippy and very low to the ground, I think when they come head to head, Razer will get underneath Apollo and would just lock in that grip. So for me, Razer would do all the damage. Yes, Apollo might get the odd flip, but Razer can self-right. Okay, it's slow, but overall, I think Razer would just edge out on top of this. And because it's, of course, it's the Series 5 version, in the real series, Razer went on to win that series. But I do think Apollo versus Razer, Razer would win. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As we go on to Pit Stop Trivia. It's nearly a year since we lost Stuart McDonald. Stuart McDonald was the original director of Robot Wars, and a couple of facts for you here. He was the voice of 3, 2, 1 Activate. He was the one who would introduce all the robots, and certainly when I was lucky enough to go and see a recording, you heard the voice, but you never actually saw him. That was true to the actual show as well. You'd hear the voice, and as a kid, I'd be always thinking, is that Jonathan Pierce? No, it's too deep, the voice. Is that Craig Charles? No. Who is that? And let me know if you also thought this at home when you were younger, watching the original series. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate. Who was that? It is, of course, Stuart McDonald, and sadly, we did lose him last April. He was involved in a car crash, sadly, and he died. But just to reflect really that he was the voice of Robot Wars, and he also, if you never remember, he quite often struggled to pronounce robots' names. Famously, Dan Tomke from Series 6.
Danto Mackay.
And Tsunami, this was probably the worst introduction to a robot, I think. Tsunami from Series 7 here. Tsunami, no, Tsunami, silent T, yeah. So, Stuart McDonald, yes, the original director of Robot Wars, the voice of Robot Wars, and sadly, it is no longer with us. But there's just an interesting bit of trivia there from the archives. Next, as we move nicely on to our best battles. Now, you'll be pleased to know throughout the series of Reactivated, I have been working my way through the best battles of the entire series of the original run. So far, throughout the history of Reactivated, we've picked out some top battles, and at the end of this run of episodes we'll be doing the top 10 in order. So we've been drip feeding these throughout the series. We'll carry on doing it for the time being, but at the end of this run of episodes I will do my official top 10 of Robot Wars battles. But for this one, and this will be included in the top 10, which one? You'll have to find out very soon. But we're going now to the Series 6 first round fight of Smidsy, Saint Aggro, Warhog and Commangeterix. The thing that I liked most about this particular fight was that on paper, these four robots, very underwhelming. Okay, Smidsy probably was the most experienced up to this point in the series. Saint Aggro, of course, would then go on to the semi-finals of Series 7, but at this moment in time, on paper, it could have been anyone's, really. Warhog, yes, had the spinning weapon, and Commangeterix, a great team, but not really overwhelming enough in the arena. But 3, 2, 1, activate, bang. We had the best, for me, one of the best matches of Series 6, and certainly, without doubt, the best 4-way eliminator round of Series 6. It was hectic. Everything that could happen happened in this fight. There was skirting of the pits. Warhog took a piggyback on Smidsy at one point thanks to Growler. Shunt penetrated Warhog. In the end, of course, Saint Aggro and Warhog found the pit, and Commangeterix and Smidsy did go through. But this was, like I said, without doubt, one of the best fights of Series 6 for me. And, of course, will now make it into our top 10 battles of all time. Do you agree? What was your favourite moment of this fight? What was your favourite fight of Series 6? Have I missed one out? Let me know in the comments below.
Oh, it was brilliant. That's one of the greatest battles ever.
For our merchandise memories for this edition, we'll be looking at the next edition of the Robot Wars magazine, which was released in October 2000. This was issue 6. And it was the first one to promote the 4th Wars, the 4th series. And yes, as you can see, a very menacing look at the house robots there at the front. And as we head in to the front page, we actually found out that Christian Bridge was the lucky winner of the Panic Attack competition to enter the competition to join the team. And of course, from Series 4 to Extreme, he was part of the Panic Attack team. So okay, another update. Then it went into the seedings for Series 4, the good, the bad, the mad, and the ugly. And then all you need to know about RefBots. Yep, I've mentioned this before, but RefBot for me for Series 4 was quite underwhelming. Now, this is quite fitting because this next page shows you all of the crew and backstage team members who were involved in the making of Series 4. And at number 2 here, you can see that Stuart McDonald is there in the photo, which is a nice shot, really, of the team there from Series 4. Now, the A to Z for this edition included P, Q and R, and you could probably see here, there was no robot beginning with a Q, I don't think, in this one. This is why they struggled. So they had to go with qualifiers, and look at the qualifying robots they put on there. I don't know the name of this robot. If you do, that would be great to hear the name of this. If you know, leave a comment below. But that looked menacing. Maybe it was too dangerous? But I think that blade there, a bit of a revolution idea going on there. And of course, Razer at the bottom. Now, another bit of info there. You can see that there's a great picture of all house robots, front, side and back. And for me, believe it or not, this was the moment I actually found out that Shunt on the bottom right here, his back end here was actually his front. So you can see here on the picture below, this is actually his front. I spent probably the first 2 years following the original run that I thought Shunt's front was his axe side, but it wasn't. So I had a bit of a shock there when I found out that Shunt's front was indeed his back, and vice versa. And then we whiz forward. There's a lovely segment there on Chromalot. Of course, they came back for the 4th series. Live and flipping. There's a couple of articles on the live events that took place. And then finally at the back, Dr. Zulu returns. Zulu even with some Q&A from Roboteers and the general public. Now, one thing that this edition did come with was the free Robot Wars wall charts. It was introduced, of course, to promote the series. There was the front, and then on the other side, as you can see, every single fight, every single seed. It even included the pinball and sumo, and of course, getting this before I even saw the first heat of the wars, I was relieved and excited because, of course, pinball and sumo returned. And there we go, I even filled it all in. Now, speaking of wall charts, it leads very nicely onto our announcement. Just quickly, time to announce that Megabots Series 2 is back. It will premiere after this latest run of Reactivated episodes. It'll run nightly, and as I said before, with the wall chart, Series 4 wall chart, there will be a wall chart you can download on this very video at some point. If you want to, if you want to carry on and get involved with the series, you will be able to digitally. So that will be premiering after Reactivated. So there is more detail on the channel, and now we go over to your questions. Right, our questions today, trying to get through again as much as I can, but before I do, we just have time to go back to Bot's Bit, and earlier we showed you a zoomed in shot. This may be a bit of an easier one should we say, because if we zoom out it is revealed as Sergeant Bash. The only robot really that had a bit of colour to it, you know, Sergeant being the green, the rest were very metallic and blue and grey, so well done if you got that. Questions then, so we've got Del Boy here. Which is the biggest blooper we've ever made during our recording, our series? Thank you, Del Boy, for that. It actually relates to also a comment made 10 years ago by HJT454 on the YouTube channel, and the video is Robot Wars Extreme 2 Heat 1. And it is a blooper because we did actually leave it in. It's an all-stars fight, and if you notice at the end of the fight, it's the wrong robot in the final. We put Hefty on the introduction, and in actual fact that wasn't the case. Hefty didn't get through to the final. We actually filmed the whole final, and actually Hefty won that, but when realised, oh, we've made a mistake here, Hefty's not in the final at all. So we had to, of course, then reshoot the final. Thank you, Del Boy, for your question. Harry has come in from the website. Who was my favourite Robot Wars presenter? Okay, so this also ties quite nicely for what I'm about to say. It's Craig Charles, who, of course, is the Master of Mayhem. He is, without doubt, my favourite presenter. And if you remember quite recently, I can't show the clip, but there's a picture here, Craig Charles was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Jeremy Clarkson, and they did have a bit of a natter about Jeremy Clarkson saying that Craig Charles stole his job on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They had a bit of, a bit of banter recently on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Check out that episode. It is probably still on the ITV hub, but it was great to see two presenters together on TV recently. But anyway, back to your question, Harry. My favourite presenter, without doubt, Craig Charles. I salute you, sir.
Cease.
Right. Okay, so there is the cease. Once again, if I haven't got through your question, I've got loads here. Please do comment below. I will try and get through as much as I can over the next few episodes. Please do comment, share, like, dislike. Oh, I don't think you can dislike videos anymore, but let me know if you didn't like the episode in the comments. I do like all feedback. And we'll see you very soon on Reactivated. Thanks for watching.